Hello everyone, welcome to St. Joseph's tutorial English grammar session. This is your Anthony, English teacher. In today's session, we are going to see a very important topic from the point of CBSE Grade 10 English examination. So we are going to see formal letter. In that formal letter, we are going to see letter to the editor. As we all know that there are four letters are very important from the point of CBSE Grade 10, which will be carrying for 5 marks. Letter to the editor, letter of complaints, letter of inquiry, then placing order. So now we are going to see only letter to the editor. First we should know what is letter to the editor. See here, a letter to the editor may be written to the editor of a newspaper or a magazine. It is written to highlight a social issues or problems. It can also be written in order to get it published in said medium. As it is a formal letter, the format has to be followed very strictly. Only the formal language can be used and no abbreviations and no other slang language. Here this letter to the editor, we are focusing on the social issues or problems. While we are writing the letter to the editor, we have to use very simple language instead of using complicated words, and we should not use any kind of slang language. So these are the very important topics that can be covered in the letter to the editor, like child labor, unemployment, crime against women, habits of smoking, problems arising due to increasing population, drug addiction, etc. Since it is a formal letter, we have to follow prescribed format while we write the letter to the editor. First, we have to use the sender's address. In the sender's address, we should not use our name. Instead, we can give our details like our resident, and if it is necessary, we can give our phone number and we can give our mail IDs too. Then followed by date. When we are writing the date after the sender's address, then we have to write the date. We have to make sure that immediately after the completion of sender's address, we have to leave a line or space, then we have to write the date. Make sure that everything has to come in the left side of a page. Next one is that receiving letter, that is receivers of the letter, or we can say the to address. While we are giving the to address, the address of the recipient of the mail or the editor is written here. So if you are knowing sender's address, we can write we are the senders. After that we have to use the date. After date we have to write the receivers, that is the to address. Then we have to write the subject of the letter. So after the sender's address, receiver's address, we have to give the subject of the letter. The main purpose of the letters forms the subject. It must be written in one line. It must convey a matter for which the letter is written. We have to make sure that while we are writing the subject, the receiver should know that what we are talking about exactly, in such a way that we have to use the eye-catching words, and of course we should not extend more than 4 to 5 words. So while we are writing the subject, it has to be written within a line, should contain 4 to 5 words, not more than that. After the subject, we have to leave a line. Then we have to take salutation, like respected sir or madam or sir. So I will say that when we have to use this respected sir and when we have to use respected madam. Then immediately after the salutation, that we have to write the body of the letter. So when we are writing the body of the letter means is the matter of the letter which is written here, and it should be divided into 3 paragraphs. First paragraph and second paragraph and third paragraph. First paragraph we have to introduce ourselves and also the purpose of the letter is being written. That should be written in a very brief manner, very short manner. And the second paragraph, that we have to give the details of the matter which we are writing. Third paragraph is that we have to conclude by mentioning what you expect from the editor. For example, you may want to highlight the issues in the newspaper or magazine. So in the third paragraph, what we have to write in the sense, just you have to, your expectation will be there that the editor, your letter should be published in their respective newspaper, like the Indian Express, the Times of India, or the Hindu, or whatever it may be. So if you are requesting them, just you can give a request which we may expect them that should be published in their respective newspaper. Then at the end, what we have to do, we have to use the complementary closing, that is ending closure must be there. So ending closure, we have to write the sender's name and signature, and if it is any kind of designation, that you can be used. Nothing is wrong in that. Just I have come up with one example along with the format. Just you can look at here. You are Kavita Khana, a resident of 50C, Push Vihar, New Delhi. Write a letter to the editor of India Today magazine about the article on banned poly bags published in the latest edition. CBSE class 10 English letter writing 1. Actually, this is the basic, this is very important letter which can be expected for your board examination for 5 marks. So first we can see that sender's address, that is 50 Push Vihar, New Delhi. Then immediately after that we have to give a line. Yes, the line is space is given. After that we have to write the date. See here, while we are writing the date, we have to make sure that first we have to write the date, then month. While we are writing the month, you can use short form like AUG or JAN. Nothing is wrong in that. But whenever you are writing the month, make sure that the first letter of a month must be in capital letter. See here, A is capital, then followed by comma. Then you can use, instead of 2014, just to make it 20XX. Then receiver's address. So the receiver's address must be, see they have given that India Today. Then what will be that the editor is, you mentioned that whenever you are writing the letter to the editor, receiver action, receiver address, just you can write that the editor, then followed by which newspaper that it is. Then you can say that India Today, they have given the letter, that is the editor, India Today, followed by where it is, actually New Delhi, you can give, and after that you give a space and write the subject. What is the subject here? Ban poly bags. As I told you that subject or statement should not be very long, it should be very short manner. You can see that only 3 words. By looking at the 3 words, that we can come to know that what the letter A is speaking all about. This letter is talking about banning poly bags. That's all. So definitely the receiver can understand it easily on what matter that you are trying to write. Then followed by sir. See here, India Today, we do not know that who is the receiver. So better you have to write dear sir. If you do not know the receiver is male or female, better you can write dear sir. And when you are writing dear sir, make sure that D must be capital letter and give a space. Then you write sir, then S must be capital, and there will be no comma, no anything, no punctuation mark over there. Then you introduce yourself that I totally agree with the views published in the article, the poly bags. In fact, the poly bags are harmful to their non-biodegradable nature. They don't decompose, instead they choke the drainage system. So first you are going to introduce yourself, what you are doing, what you are expecting. Then you are conveying the details of the matter. Second paragraph, just you are highlighting. Third one, just you are going to conclude. I request the people at large, in their interest and in the interest of Mother Earth, to wake up this problem. Everyone should stop using poly bags, and just you can use paper bags, which will be helpful for our society. Likewise, just you can end up the letter. Then you can use that thanking you. T must be for capital letter. U, Y must be small letter. In the complementary clause, the first word of the first letter must be in capital letter, that is T. Then followed by U, Y must be in small letter. Then yours sincerely or faithfully. When you're writing yours sincerely, Y must be capital, and we probably commit the mistake that we are using apostrophe. That is totally wrong. We should not use any apostrophe over there. Just you write Y must be capital, then Y, O, U or S, give a space, then faithfully, that is followed by second word, should be in small letter. So faithfully or sincerely, whatever it may be, just you write it in a small letter. F small, and then S must be in small letter. And if you want to mention your name, you can write it, you mention your name below. And if you are finding any designation, definitely you can write it over there. See that first right side, you can see that they have given that first space is given. Then subject also, you can see that there will be less words, that is 3 words. And then detail of the matter is given. After that, why banning poly bags, why we want to ban the poly bags, and at the end they have given that what are the measures that can be taken in order to ban, in order to avoid the usage of poly bags. So this is what the perfect letter that we have to follow. This is what the letter to the editor, and this is what the the format that we have to keep in your mind while we write letter to the editor. One more example, you can see that there is no punctuation over here, nothing. sir, it is used by comma, but should that be used, that is a typing error. Just you should not use any comma. Everything has to come in the left side. First sender's address, again date, the designation, that is the address of the addresses, then receiver's address, that is the first from address. You should not write the from, the word from. Second one, date. How to write the date? 21st date. Then month, while you're writing the month, capital letter, you have to start the month with the capital letter. Then the editor, T must be capital, E must be capital. The Indian Times, definitely T and I, T, these should be capital. And Ahmad also, it is in the capital letter. And subject, I told you that it should not extend more than 4 to 5 words within that, and it has to be written in one sentence. We can follow. And also I told you that salutation, after the statement of the problem, then results of the problem, what will be the solutions that you are expecting or you are giving, that also can be written. Then subscription, that you can mention at the end, and there will be no comma or punctuation over here. So let us see that what are the marking scheme for this letter to the editor. So marking scheme to be followed for letter writing question CBSE class 10 English exam 2021. So while for format, it carries 1 mark. So when you are writing the format, keep in mind that you should not use any punctuation. At the same time, you have to keep in your mind wherever you are supposed to use the capital letter, that is also counts from the point of examination. Then content should be given 2 marks. Then expression, your language or fluency accuracy, that carries 2 marks. Under content, credit should be given for the candidate's creativity in the presentation of the ideas and appropriate use of language and skills of reasoning. So these are the areas. This is the marking scheme for a letter to the editor. 5 marks. Simply they will not give the 5 marks. They will see that language, and they will see the format, and they will see the content, whether it is applicable to the question or not. Based on all those things, just you are going to give 5 marks. And then presentation, while you are presenting, make sure that alignment must be there cleanly. We have to align the letter in a very perfect manner. Left side means we have to write everything in the left side, that has to be used in order. Sometimes we write left side, sometimes we give space. No, it should not follow that. Everything has to come like this, straight must be there. If we use the scale, and we have to come to know that yes, this guy has followed perfect alignment. So this is what a 5 mark question, that is a letter to the editor, that we have seen. I hope that you guys have understood the format of letter to the editor, and what is a letter to the editor, how to write, and what are the things that we have to keep in our mind while we write the letter to the editor. So in the next session, we will see the remaining letters. So thank you all. Have a good day.